So how do you tell if your rechargeable batteries are charged just by looking at them? Is it even possible? So a conundrum a lot of us face when dealing with rechargeable batteries is how do we tell if they are charged or not? In fact, when you're on a shoot and you use up a battery, typically it just gets thrown back into your bag. You never know by looking at it if it's still charged or if it's been depleted. And now some people have had various tricks on how to handle this. Some people do very simple things like put them in a bag when they're charged and another bag when they're discharged or out of the bag. Noptop had a good video about putting silicone bands around your batteries. Tips like that are always great. I had a few ideas of my own as well, as I wanted to share some storage ideas with you guys that I've come across. Now I have a Sony camera, so I deal with these batteries that everybody hates. These are the FW50s. They're small and they get used up really quickly. A common way of telling if your batteries are charged is whatever you're storing them in is to have the contact side up like that when they are needed to charge, and to not show the contact side when they're ready to go. If you have a pill bottle of some kind, you can do the same thing as far as, put them both in here. These two batteries are ready to go. And then when you use them, you just turn them over with the contact side up. And you know that when you open that up, these need charging. Something I came across recently was a tweet from Cheesy Cam, who talked about this briefly. This is the battery mag. This is from documentary filmmaker Tim Irwin. And he had a video posted basically talking about how during the pandemic he has no work, and so he came up with this idea, or he had this idea previously on shoots, about how you could store batteries to know whether they need charging or not, as well as keeping them together. And this is basically a 3D printed case, and there's a little slot, you can see them right there in the bottom there where the contacts go, that little box. And so when they are charged, you put them in like so. But this is a pretty robust little item. It's cost me 10 bucks. And about $5 shipping. So I wouldn't say it's super frugal, but it's a really good idea and it keeps your batteries together. I also appreciated Tim's kind of plea, like, hey, I'm out of work, and if you wouldn't mind supporting a brother, filmmaking brother, would you mind buying one of these? And so I did. Another thing I was thinking about was, wouldn't it be nice if there was just a physical marker on your battery that you could flip, like a switch that would tell you whether it was charged or not. That way it really didn't matter how you were storing these, whether they were loose in a bag or in something like the battery mag or this pill bottle, but you could just look at them and know. And sure enough, this has already been done before. I'll just take this battery right here. This is a little switch here that I found, which was kind of made for lithium polymer remote control car batteries. And it's just this little package of switches here. I got 5 of these for about $7.50 on eBay. I recently found them also on Amazon for much cheaper, 10 for $6. That's a pretty good deal. And all it is a little adhesive backing here, and gives you this little mechanical switch that you put on your batteries. And after you charge them, this one's obviously not charged, but after you charge it, you can just flip the switch like that and it's green. So when you charge this, you can then put it aside or put it away, hopefully the day before the shoot, not like a week later, but you'll know just by looking at this battery whether it's charged or not, and then you're all set. Now, that's great for these external batteries, which don't need to fit inside of anything because they're external big batteries. But what if you've got like the FW50 right here, which is small, and it also needs to go inside of a camera body? How would that work? Could you have something like this on this battery? Well, the answer is yes. This is actually something I came up with. This is a little switch right here. It does the exact same thing, but it indicates whether or not the battery is charged. And this is actually made from a webcam cover. And these are those little covers that you put on your laptop. You can, a privacy cover, you can cover the camera, you flip them back and forth. And of course you need the green and red indicator. So I got some sticky dots, like so. These are 1/4-inch dots. And I got these in a package of a bunch of other colors. So I have all the dots I could ever want for all kinds of applications. But for this application, I'm just going to use red and green. So what I did was I just kind of, put the slider cover over the battery here and kind of marked on it with a pencil to see where it was going to be. And I pretty much guessed where to put the dots, and then I put the cover on top of it. And this actually works really well. I was kind of surprised. It's super thin. As you can see here, it's an ultra thin design. And I was actually impressed at how small this was, how narrow. I think it's probably less than 1 millimeter actually thick. And it will fit inside of your camera. And in a Sony camera, this will fit inside. Now, if you have other kinds of batteries, whether it's Canon or Panasonic or whatever, you'll have to do your own testing, of course, to see if you can fit this in your camera body and then it will still shut. So if it works for me, it'll work for you too. The cool thing about this is, like once you set it to green here, let's say, and maybe this is loose in your camera bag, it is not going to accidentally flip to red. I was actually kind of impressed. Oh, there it goes. I hit it with my finger. But no matter how you set it, it doesn't flip. I'm kind of surprised. It just moves so smooth like this, but it will stay in place. Maybe because there's a little friction built up there because of the stickers. I don't know. Anyway, it works. So if you like an indicator on your small battery, of course this will work on large batteries too, but it does cost a little more, I think, to make these opposed to, just finding these. So I'd also like to mention one more thing, and that's this here. These are rechargeable AA batteries, and again, you use the kind of orientation trick in this. Now, this is a box here I didn't know about before. I'd seen several videos on YouTube that talked about these storage boxes, which are used for WSSM ammunition or Winchester Super Short Magnum ammunition. I'll leave a link down below. And I've seen several of these in a blue box. The Amazon link is like $10.50. It seems like a lot of people were talking about those, but there's a clone or something similar of that, which is from Berries, made in the USA, right there. Does the exact same thing, only you can have a clear option as well as a blue option. And it does the same thing as far as orientation. Like I look at this and I can tell, what is ready to go and what isn't, even though it's kind of the reverse of the battery mag with the contacts up, you need to charge it. I actually like to have the contacts up when they're ready to go and the contacts down, or the positive contact down, when they need charging. And it's only $7, and this is a really robust box, heavy plastic, and again, it's $3 cheaper than the other one everyone seems to be recommending. So I didn't know how many people actually knew about this. I was kind of pleasantly surprised when I found it. Anyway, there's just some cool, simple tips and tricks here, things you can easily build yourself that will help you keep track of your batteries and what kind of charge they are holding. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.